What's up, Inkie peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and today we're diving into the world of 12 by 12 layouts. I'm a little rusty, but I did find this one came together quite easily, and I think the reason for that is because I had such a big feature on my page and I didn't have to think too hard about the placement of other pieces because there was only so many other places that were blank and had space. I'm also using another material that I'm not too comfortable with, but I thought, hey, we're doing 12 by 12. Let's whip out another supply that makes you feel uncomfortable. Dell. I decided to go for a bit of printed vellum. Now, this is something that I went through a stage probably 3 or so years ago, and every new American Crafts collection that came out, I bought the vellum. Did I use any of it at the time? No. Have I still got lots of it left? Definitely. So for this one, I've decided to create a layout with no photos. So my big focal piece is the art print for July. And the problem that I have with vellum is how difficult it is to adhere it down. And something that I could have done with this is I could have taped this cassette on the left here and then flipped my vellum over and taped something that was about the same size, similar shape like a rectangle, and taped it onto the back so that you wouldn't have been able to tell that something was stuck there, because otherwise you can see the adhesive, you can see the shadow of the thing that's stuck on. But I decided not to do that, mainly because this vellum has a number pattern and I knew the numbers would be backwards, and that's just a petty little thing that would drive me crazy. I'm fine to have things wonky. I'm fine to have straight edges that aren't quite straight, but backwards numbers really annoy me. Let me know in the comments, what's a scrappy or a crafty or an arty thing that just annoys you a little bit? That's definitely one of mine. So this part, obviously, I've sped it up to super speed because I wish I could stick down that fast, but I can't. I decided to make this layout all about my current favourite songs. And I was thinking about this the other day because I now listen to all of my music on Spotify. And back in the day, I used to have an iTunes library, and I put all of my CDs in my laptop back when laptops still had freaking CD drives. They seem to be a thing of the past now, which is very annoying. But I used to burn all of my CDs onto my iTunes library and listen to my playlist that way. But now Aaron and I both use Spotify, and it's an app, if you haven't heard of it, where you pay a monthly subscription and you get access to millions, I think, of songs. You just type in the name of a song and boom, it's probably there. And it's great because you can make playlists of what you want to listen to. And I was thinking that I wish I had done this for years past, because I can remember some key songs of different stages of my probably late teens and early 20s that I loved. But I really wish that I had created layouts like this that had like a summary of my top 20 or 30 songs of that moment. And I wouldn't do this every month. I'd probably do it maybe 3 times a year, a few times a year. I think it would be really nice to look back on and just see what I was listening to. There's a few in there that I call golden oldies in my library. They're not very old. They're within the last 10 years, but a few songs that have been my favourites for a long time. And I wanted to include those, but also include some of the newer ones. There's a bit of an eclectic mix. I wouldn't suggest looking up the songs that I listen to unless you are okay with a healthy little bit of language in your songs, because I do listen to a lot of hip hop and rap. But there's a bit of a mix of pop and hip hop and some rap in there as well. So then after I had stuck all of those down, I stuck all the strips down, by the way, with my glossy accents, because there was no way that I was fiddling around with little bits of tape. And it was just going to be way too painful. So I didn't want to do that. And then I just wanted, because there wasn't, like I said before, there wasn't a lot of space left on this page. I did want to do some sort of embellishment cluster down the bottom here that just kind of pulled out that orange. I needed another pop of orange on the page, and I decided to pair it with like a powdery blue. Blue and orange go really well together. They contrast well, and I just thought it suited the cassette tape. I don't know. I just thought that the colours worked well together, and it didn't take away from all of that text. I think this layout works because the songs are, although they're very busy and there's a lot of writing going on there, they don't overpower the layout. I think if I had done say blue strips of paper, it would have been a completely different page, and it would have been a very bold statement. But because they're white and my background's kind of greyish, whitish, that vellum-y colour, it all kind of blends together. So I go through my stash and I found the perfect puffy sticker. I have this little sheet of puffy stickers that I've been hoarding for so long, and they just have words that I find hard to use on a page. And one of them said listening, and it was orange. So that was perfect. I had to pop that on. And then just a few little stars and hearts and things. A couple little bits from the collage sheet for this month. But this month, if you are new to Patreon, you didn't hear in a recent video, I am going back to 12 by 12 for 2019. Most of the layouts I think I will keep to 9 by 12s. We'll see how we go. Obviously, I don't know where exactly this will be in my album, because I have printed my photos, but I haven't put them in the plastic page protector yet. However, I did on the weekend have a lovely weekend with my scrappy besties, and I know we took a few nice photos, and so we do go back and focus in a moment. Sorry, peeps. I know that I have a lovely photo of the six of us, and I will probably make that a 12 by 12 layout that can go on the back of this page in my album. So then I was wondering what to do with backing this, and I was tempted for a little while. Off camera, I did test out a few different papers. I tested out some blacks, I tested out grey, yellow, orange, blue, but nothing was working for me, and everything seemed to, if I had a pattern behind there was a really nice polka dot, but because it was pattern and the numbers are a pattern, it was just too busy and a little bit chaotic. So I decided to do a little bit of a sneaky, and I grabbed a sheet of pattern paper from a paper pad that I had that I knew I probably wasn't going to use. I think there's another one in this paper pad anyway, so this was just a double, and I have decided to stick my vellum piece on the back of this, so the layout is essentially a white background. I put tape over the cassette image, and then I just did a couple of strips on the back of the song titles. I didn't need to do every single one because it will be in a page protector. If I was doing this in a journal, I would definitely use way more tape. If my sewing machine was polite to me, more so if I knew how to use it properly, that's what that really means. I think this would look really amazing with white stitching all around the outside, around the outside. Someone will get that reference. They always do. I think this would look really cool with stitching, but alas, my sewing skills are not that fine. So thanks for joining today, peeps. I'd love to know if you have ever documented your favourite songs, whether they're current or maybe favourite songs from the past, and how you did it. And I challenge you to include a page in this month's scrapping about your current favourite music. And even if you don't put this many songs, just pick your favourite 5 or 10 songs at the moment, and record it somewhere, even if it's recording it in your journal or recording it on a project life card or a layout. I think it's important to remember just it's It's the little sensory things that kind of take you back to a time. So I know when I hear certain songs, I just get instantly transported back to when that was my favourite song. Hope you enjoyed the video today, peeps, and the printables for this month, and I'll see you next month. Or not next month. I'll see you in 5 days. Baby brain. Bye.